And while much of what existed during Harrison's time has been lost to the ages, this parking lot, which was owned by Harrison Sr., provided enough income to raise a family of 8 children, and part of which is still in use today. That's right, the memorial service may be over, but Patricia and Krista Lynn's memory does live on. But hospitals can't always administer the drugs in time. Especially in rural areas, transport times to the hospitals can affect patient survival. Thanks, John. Truly a heartbreaking story for you. The Ballard family has been struggling to get back on their feet for the past 2 years, and Thursday morning, tragedy hit them again.
If it wasn't for places like this, a lot of people in the community would be going hungry.
It's a fate Shannon Smith says she would face herself.
We were working before we happened to become disabled, and both being on Social Security, it's hard to live on that money a month.
Once a month, Smith and almost 1,000 other Gloversville residents come to pick up food from the Free Methodist Church. It's free and provides high-quality, healthy food to people who say there's no other way they would have been able to afford it.
We thought things would drop off, particularly, with the weather and everything, but we're still seeing the same numbers.
Stocked with a tractor trailer's worth of food from the Northeast Food Bank, the church aims to provide struggling families with everything they need for the month.
Blueberries, sir?
Yeah. I think if you ask them, that they're very dependent on this. It helps them to get through.
The gratefulness of those who benefit from the project is unmatched, saying without it, they would have very few options.
We have been blessed up in Fulton County, and I want to thank everybody for volunteering.
If this place were to shut down, what would happen to you?
We go hungry.
As Shannon walks to her car, she knows that at least this month, she and her husband will be okay. In Gloversville, Barry Wygel.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Time Warner Cable News. The annual Make-A-Wish Gala is always a special event, but this year it became a night no one in attendance will ever forget.
I got in and I was like, they told us to wait, and I was seeing other people go in, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Cheyenne, who's wished to go to London this summer, we're going to announce to her tonight that she's actually going to go.
We welcome Lady Cheyenne to the realm in celebration of her upcoming sojourn to the great city of London.
Cheyenne, a victim of the 1999 E. coli outbreak at the Washington County Fair, has lived the past 15 years in a state of worry.
Looking at Cheyenne and the way she is, she seems fine. But it's just constant worry, because eventually it's going to lead to the kidney failure. And then we don't know what's going to happen on that point.
For the avid history buff obsessed with British culture, when she was asked by Make-A-Wish what her dream would be, it was a no-brainer.
I just want to go there and see the city and experience the sights and look at everything.
Sitting at the gala, Cheyenne and her family know that after her trip to England, their journey for Make-A-Wish will be far from complete.
We will be a part of the Make-A-Wish family, and Cheyenne's going to give back, and we're going to give back.
But for tonight, Cheyenne can keep the spotlight all to herself.
How hard was it to keep it a secret?
Very hard, but it was worth it to make my sister happy.
Make-A-Wish hopes to raise $200,000 from tonight's event. That money will go to grant more wishes for children in our community. In Saratoga Springs, Barry Wygel, Time Warner Cable News.
You have no idea what it's like to be stuck here in the house and not being able to get out. You got legs, you can get out. You got one leg, you can get out, but you ain't got no legs and no ramp or anything. It's hard.
But that's all changing as volunteers from the Home Depot descended upon the double amputee's home to help bring back some independence. The group installed a wheelchair ramp, giving the Vietnam veteran the ability to safely take his motorized wheelchair from inside outside.
There's no cost, no expenses towards him. All of our associates are volunteers.
In addition, AT&T donated a wireless home phone.
Until you serve your country, you really have no idea of just the kind of sacrifice and lifestyle that many people go through day to day.
This is giving me my independence back. I can get out and do things. But right now, I can't. I'm stuck here.
When asked, it didn't take Charles long to come up with the first place he plans to go once he gets his mobility back.
Stewart's.
What are you going to buy?
A cup of coffee.
Hart says the new ramp is going to radically change his life in a way he wouldn't have thought possible. In Gloversville, Barry Wygel, YNN.